solo Picasso ha sido honrado con más exposiciones en el Museo de Arte Moderno de Nueva York que Frank Stella. Sus cuadros negros de finales de los 50 fueron una sensación y su persistente factura abstracta, mezclando el cuadro y la escultura, sigue sorprendiendo. Los tiempos de la figuración y el neoexpresionismo han tenido enfrente a un Stella fiel a la abstracción. Su obra reciente, del 70 al presente, ha sido expuesta en el MoMA y en el Centro Beaubourg de París. Es un trabajo colorista y delicado, donde la pintura de siempre se entreteje con materiales del futuro presente, materiales que van creciendo a golpe de paciencia en un teatro estudio de la calle 13 en Manhattan.
You could say it's relief painting or painted relief, but I think that the basic issue is pictorial. I mean, the way you look at it is the way you look at a picture, and the basic impulse is pictorial. If you walk around the piece or you're interested in the sort of three-dimensional or sculptural details, I think you can find them, but the basic drive, the basic feeling behind the piece is pictorial. I mean, I like to think it's the way you would look at a picture. They feel like pictures, even though they come out from the wall. Well, the basic material that I use is aluminum. We use a lot of honeycomb aluminum, which is a common component of the interiors of commercial aircraft, largely because it's light and it's fairly strong. We try to use material that's not too heavy so we can hang it on the wall. But we have begun to use heavier materials like cast aluminum, and we also use sheet metal aluminum. But basically we use a lot of aluminum. It seems very hard for people to divorce themselves from the, or to free themselves from the idea that they should have painting in which they don't see themselves. Abstract painting doesn't give them a full enough picture of themselves. I mean, I think the fact that if you make paintings without reference to the human figure, really, if the human body is missing, people feel a sense of disappointment. I mean, I feel that in general, people have a notion that painting is like a mirror, and they really expect to see themselves. And if they see something they don't recognize, they really are a little disappointed. But maybe they'll see, someday they'll look in the mirror and see a sort of larger or more interesting version of themselves rather than the literal or sort of Hollywood version of themselves. Usually most of my ideas come from what I'm working on, and then every once in a while something from the outside comes in and it helps me go on to the next step. But I don't usually know what it is that I'm looking for until I find it. The truth is that the painting that I liked best when I was a young man of the old masters, I loved Zurbarán and Velázquez. That was the kind of painting that I liked. I used to go to look at some of it here at the Hispanic Society of America, way uptown, and the paintings that I could see at the Met. And so the Spanish painting was the way into French painting for me, towards the 19th century French painting. Manet, I guess, was kind of a logical step. And so the paintings I really admired when I was a young man were sort of like Velázquez and Manet. And it took me a long time to get any kind of feeling for, say, Caravaggio and Rubens, which has been a recent acquisition in my taste.